one of Denmark's most famous and successful clubs. 12-time Danish football championship winners, 8-time Danish Cup winners, and 3-time Danish Super Cup winners. But on the continental stage, Copenhagen have been nowhere near as successful, with their highest finish in the Champions League being a round of 16 appearance in the 2010-11 season. It is time for us to take control of a team from outside of Europe's major leagues and take a Danish side to glory. Ladies and gentlemen, today we rebuild FC Copenhagen. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Welcome back to the channel for another FIFA 18 rebuild. This has been one of the most highly requested rebuilds in terms of a team outside of the major leagues. Today we take over one of Denmark's most successful teams and rebuild FC Copenhagen. If you guys are psyched to see more of these sort of unique, niche sort of rebuilds, make sure you leave a like on the video, and also make sure if you are new around here that you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. For those of you who have not seen a rebuilding challenge video yet, here are the rules. So the main objective of this is to take a team to the Champions League final. We will be simulating every single game up until the Champions League final, which we will play ourselves. We can make whatever transfers we like. Realistic, unrealistic, it does not matter. There's a big focus on the transfer window, only showing players that we sign. And finally, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. Let's get into the rebuild. So this is what our starting 11 looks like for this first season. Not the best, not the worst though, to be honest. Definitely a lot of room to improve the side, and definitely a lot of room to make sure that we win the Danish League this season and continuously qualify for the Champions League. We are going to be in the Champions League in this first season, so it's going to be quite interesting to see how far we can go. Obviously, I don't expect us to win it this season, but it'll be quite interesting. In terms of upgrades, I'm planning on going for a quality centre midfielder who can be with us for the majority of the rebuild, and a quality striker who can be with us for the majority of the rebuild. So let's get into the transfer business right now. We have made our first signing here for the Copenhagen rebuild, signing ourselves a Spanish midfielder in Rodrigo. The 21-year-old Spanish centre midfielder comes from Villarreal for £13 million, so a very good price. Welcome to Copenhagen, Rodrigo. And our first player departure here as William Vist. I believe the K is silent. Sorry if I'm wrong to all the Danish followers out there, but William Vist off to QPR for £1.3 million. A big time signing here. I've seen a lot of comments over the past few rebuilds begging me to sign this guy, so I'm a man of the people. We're going to go ahead and sign Lautaro Martinez from Racing Club. He is going to sign for £6 million plus our striker, Soteriou. Welcome to Copenhagen, Lautaro Martinez. And a player departure here on transfer deadline day as Steven Anderson is off to Randers for £175,000. So that's going to conclude our opening window in charge of Copenhagen. 2 players in, 2 players out. Rodrigo and Martinez in, Soteriou and Vist out. Also our goalkeeper, which hasn't shown up yet. I'm assuming he'll probably go at January now because he transferred so late, but we've done well. Our starting 11's pretty decent. Let's go look at our Champions League group for season number 1. Yeah, nah, there's not a chance we're gonna get out of this group. Real Madrid, Napoli, Olympiacos. We will be lucky to get a point in this. Maybe we'll get a point against Olympiacos, but let's find out how we go and if we can get to the knockout rounds, which would be a miracle. In 3, 2, 1. Well, no surprise, we finished dead last of our group, but we managed to get a win. Who was the win against? I want to go and see who we got the win against. I'm assuming Olympiacos, but we lost 2-0. We lost 2-0. How'd we go? We lost 3-0. We lost 4-0. Wow, we were getting absolutely destroyed. We lost 1-0. We beat Real Madrid 1-0. That is quite random, but we're out of the Champions League. And you might have seen it before as I was scrolling through, but here we are on the 1st of January, and everything is going to plan in terms of domestic success. I think we need to be winning the league every single season in this rebuild, and we're currently doing that. 2 losses, 44 points, it's going well there. So due to our financial constraints, I'll show you, we've got £6,000 in our pocket. I have not been able to do any business. A quiet window, but let's see if we can win the league here at the end of the season. Alright, so here we are at the end of the season, and we have crushed it. We have absolutely killed it. We finished top of the Danish league table, 82 points. Midland are 11 points behind us, so we've done pretty well. But most importantly, that means we play Champions League football next season. I mean, I don't expect us to really make a mark until about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 seasons, but definitely good to just get a lot of experience. We managed to win the Danish Cup as well, the DBU Pokalen, as we win 2-0 in the final. Real Madrid did go on to win the Champions League, so at least someone in our group won it. And Spurs take down Villarreal 2-1 in the Europa League final. So here we are, fellas, at the conclusion of Season 1. We failed in the Champions League miserably, which is what we all expected, but we've brought some quality players in, built some foundations for success, and finished top of the league. Let's get into Season 2 with Copenhagen. A big time signing to kick off our second season with Copenhagen as Malang Sarr signs from Nice for £11 million. A great pickup for our backline. A player departure here. Our left back Nikolai Boylsson is off to Espanyol here in La Liga for £5.6 million. Alright, so since we play in the Danish League, it means if we play in the Champions League, we have to go through the playoff round every season. So we're taking on PSV here without our striker Santander, who is out through injury for about another month or two. So we're going to have to hope we can score some goals through Martinez. PSV definitely a tough side, and they do take the lead here. Bergwijn does get them the lead, but Falk Jensen is going to tie things up for us here. 20 minutes into it now, we're nearing half time. Bergwijn gets him another goal. This guy's an absolute career mode beast. Come on, can we get a second goal? I'm hopeful that away goals count because we do have one away goal in the bag. Jurgen Laseda, though, is going to make it 3-1 in PSV's favour. And it's not looking too good to be playing group stage football this year. So we're on the verge of signing a brand new defensive player, but unfortunately we're not going to have him in time to take on PSV Eindhoven in the second leg here of our Champions League qualification games. We need to put in a big performance here if we want to make it through to the group stages. We need to win this 2-0 at least. We need a clean sheet. We need goals. We need to dig deep if we want to play group stage football. I think that's going to be the biggest challenge in terms of Champions League football to start off this rebuild. It's actually qualifying. Sometimes we might get lucky with who we get drawn up against, but if we're having to play teams like PSV every year, we're going to be pushing our luck. But it's 1-1 here. I got a little bit of hope when Rodrigo scored, but Lozano is going to get PSV into the group stages. We'll have to wait till Season 3 before we get another shot, unfortunately. So a deadline day signing here as we bring in Jerome Roussillon from, where's he come from? Montpellier for £9.5 million. A big left back signing. So that concludes another successful transfer window, bolstering up our defense as we sign Sarr and Roussillon, getting rid of Boylesson. This squad, like the way I'm approaching this rebuild with Copenhagen is different to other sort of mainstream rebuilds where I'm not focused on taking down the teams in the same division as us. I'm focused on taking on teams in Europe. A lot of the time with these rebuilds, we have to climb the ladder, whether it's the Premier League, La Liga, the Bundesliga, the Serie A, whatever. We're focused on climbing to get to the Champions League spots. We're pretty much guaranteed a Champions League spot every season. It's about climbing the ranks of the Champions League, if that makes sense. Anyways, we'll see how we're going at January. I'm very good at jinxing myself, aren't I? Remember about a second ago when I said that we were borderline guaranteed to win the league every season? Yeah, I was wrong. We're 4th position. We are 15 points off the pace halfway through the season. This first half of the season definitely has not gone to plan. 11 wins, 4 draws, 4 losses, but Brøndby have been incredible. We've been very unlucky with injury as well from when I checked. Our goalkeeper's been out for a while. He's only just starting to come back now, but I really have put the mocker on myself. We need a big second half of the season if we want to play Champions League football. Well, everyone's favourite glitch has happened again. I have never had this before, and then in the past 2 rebuilds, I've had it now 3 times, where on deadline day, you get a contract accepted, but no. The same hour it gets accepted, negotiations are over. This is really starting to piss me off. So that little glitch has screwed us up big time. It's put a big stop in the progress we had going forward, and that's really annoying. So let's get to the end of the season now and see if we can pull back some respect, just pull back something in the Danish league. So thankfully, we can make pre-contract signings outside the window. So we've done just that. Not being able to get them by Niang, but still being able to get a quality young player. Lewis Baker from Chelsea is going to sign for us next season on a 2-year deal during a pre-contract. So next season, welcome to our midfield, welcome to Copenhagen, Lewis Baker. My computer never makes background noises, but it always does when I record. I swear I've got some sort of curse. So here we are at the end of Season 2. We pulled it back, but Brøndby have absolutely killed it this season. They finished top on 94 points. We finished in second on 77. I don't know if that means we go to the playoffs. I think it might mean we're in the Europa League again, but that sucks. Really got to stop jinxing myself and getting so cocky. And we got eliminated in the quarterfinals of the domestic cup. So this season really has not been good for us. Brøndby do go on to win that as well. Manchester United win the Champions League and Liverpool win the Europa League. I know for a fact that we made it to the round of 32, but CSKA Moscow knocked us out. So season number 2 definitely was a big disappointment. Our job is in the balance. I'm hopeful that if we keep our job, we need to bounce back next season. We need to put in a dominant performance in the league and make sure we qualify for Champions League football in season number 4. Let's get into season 3. Season 3 begins with a bang. This guy here, Panagitos Retsos, I know I've destroyed his first name, but he was one of my favourite young defenders to sign in FIFA 17. Well, we've signed him for what I believe is the first time in FIFA 18. The young Greek defender joins us here at Copenhagen for £9.2 million. Alright, so we've had a player departure here. Pierre Bengtsson, sorry, terrible pronunciation, but the Swedish left back is off to Leeds United for £3 million. Another player departure here, Martin Pusic off to Amkar Perm for £730,000. I'm just trying to get some money together so that we can make another decent signing before the window's over. So we've managed to bring ourselves in a brand new goalkeeper, Joel Pereira, the Portuguese keeper from Manchester United. Some of you guys, I don't know, I can't see the resemblance. I have received so many tweets, so many comments, so many Instagram DMs saying that I look like this guy. I mean, maybe there'd be some resemblance if I lost 15 kilos and got more of a stronger jaw, but I don't think so at all. But anyways, Joel Pereira, welcome to Copenhagen for £6.6 million. So another pretty busy window has happened here. Hopefully it sets us in the right way, I guess, to get back on top of Danish football and most importantly qualify for the Champions League. Brick by brick, we're building this side up. Retsos and Pereira in, Pusic and Bengtsson out. This is what our starting 11 looks like. Definitely starting to grow. Hopefully a lot of our young players can get near or crack the 80 mark by the end of the season, but let's get into January and see how we're going. We're not leading the league, but we're definitely in the title race. At least we're doing a lot better points-wise than last year. Well, I mean, everybody's doing bad this year. So we're in 4th position, but we're 3 points away from FC Midland at the top of the table. So a quality second half of the season should see us qualify top. Finish top, I hope. We need to. If we don't make Champions League football for season 4, I'm going to be so disappointed because I thought we could do this in 4 or 5 seasons. Now, I'm thinking with the way our squad's developing and our financial constraints, it's probably going to take us 7 or 8 seasons, which is definitely not what we want. A big time player signing here, a big time pre-contract player signing. Timo Werner joining us next season. Look at that. That is going to revolutionize this Copenhagen rebuild. The German striker, 87 rated, only 23 years of age, is going to sign for free next season with Copenhagen. Again, I can appreciate that some of you guys don't like pre-contracts, some of you guys love them. Personally, I'm in the love them boat, so I've got to play to both sides of it, but I'm not going to give the opportunity to sign Werner. A pretty quiet transfer window. Pretty psyched about the signing of Werner. Very excited for him to join our squad next season, but let's make sure that we get Werner Champions League football. We don't want Werner playing and us not even making European football, so let's get to the end of Season 3. Get in there, fellas. We finished top of the table, thankfully. Brøndby 4 points behind us. Copenhagen, we finished on 83 points. A very good second half of the season. I think we were 5 losses at the halfway point, so to only lose 1 game for the remainder of the season is a pretty strong effort, but we're playing Champions League football next season. Unfortunately, we were unable to go far in the DBU Pokalen again, getting knocked out by the same team in the quarterfinal. Real Madrid do go on and win the Champions League 2-1, and Arsenal win the Europa League. I know for a fact that we were eliminated by Everton in the round of 32. So here's a quick look at our squad report at the end of the season. That shouldn't be happening. Olsen shouldn't be starting over Pereira. I'll have to change that in season number 4, but our squad is developing quite nicely, buying a lot of quality players. Some of our players we've kept from season 1 or from the start have been growing. Really going to have to take things up a notch next season. I definitely think we need to be making sure that we qualify for the group stages, at least in the Champions League next season. Season 3, definitely a contrast to Season 2. A great season, top of the league, Timo Werner coming in, and some more quality signings. I'm very excited for Season 4. Let's get into it. Alright, a player departure here to kick off season number 4. Erik Johansson off to Huddersfield. Wagner's looking pretty suspect in the corner, but he's going to Huddersfield for £2 million. Our opening signing for season 4 is a quality one. Joe Gomez, the young English defender, is going to sign on to be our brand new right back. Originally at Liverpool, he moved to West Brom in season 1. Now he is at Copenhagen. Welcome to Copenhagen, Joe Gomez. Another one of our players is making the move to Leeds United. This time it is our former right back, Peter Ankersen, who is headed to Ellen Road for £5.1 million. So we're back at the Champions League qualification stages, the playoff round, and this year it is Red Bull Salzburg, the Austrian side, who we are going to be facing. A bit of a loss as Lewis Baker is out through injury, and our left midfielder, whose name escapes me at the moment, is out through injury. His name, it's Volker Jensen. I just looked at my piece of paper, but they take the lead. We want to be going through. Miranda scores a goal for them. I really hope that is not the Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan, Miranda. Wait, no, not Atletico Madrid, just Inter Milan. Werner did get us a goal back though. They've got Juan Han-Chi, who I'm pretty sure is an absolute beast. Verbic does put us in front here, which is good. I wasn't really too sure on what to expect heading into this game, but we're 2-1 up on the away leg. Fingers crossed we can get to the group stages. Alright, the second leg here. Are we going to be in the Are we going to be in the group stages, or are we going to fall down at the playoffs again? I really hope not. With Timo Werner and Sarr and the players growing the way they are, we should be alright. Werner does give us a big advantage. This guy's looking like an absolute great pickup at the moment. Fortunately, De Boer is going to miss a penalty. So what's that? We're 3-1 up. Now we're 4-1 up. Timo Werner having an absolute time of his life. Martinez killing it. We're running right here against Red Bull Salzburg. And it looks like Copenhagen are getting back to the Champions League group stages. Fingers crossed we get paired up with a somewhat manageable group. Martinez makes it 4-0. We're headed to the group stages, 5-1 over 2 legs against Salzburg. Alright, so it's been a pretty interesting window here. Joe Gomez in, Johansson and Ankersen out. Probably might look to bring in somebody else in January, but we'll assess the side then. let's go and see our Champions League group. Well, I thought maybe with the squad the way it is, we might be able to sneak our way through to the round of 16, but considering the group we're being drawn into, yeah, that's not looking too likely at all. Man United, Dortmund, and Victor Guadalmares, who I believe are Portuguese, but Dortmund and United, I'm pretty confident, are going to wreak havoc on us. That's going to be interesting. Can we pull off a massive upset? Let's find out. And we can't. We get 1 win, 2 draws, 3 losses, so definitely a lot better than our first attempt in the Champions League, but Season 4 is not going to see us take it down. We're not going to be able to complete the rebuild. I don't think we're going to be able to do it in Season 5. Heck, probably not even Season 6. Definitely going to be a much longer rebuild than I expected. Man United and Dortmund qualify out of our group. As I continue to reiterate, it is just the #1 priority that we get Champions League football every season. We need to win the league every year. Right now, we're on track, but we're not as comfortable as I would have hoped. 42 points, top of the table, 1 point clear of Midtjylland. Let's hope we can hang on for the second half of the season. I didn't necessarily want to go out and get ourselves a pre-contract player in this transfer window, but financial constraints have really left me no other choice. I planned in this window to go out and try signing a new left midfielder, but I've figured that it's not going to happen. We're not going to be able to sign anybody good enough for the starting 11 with 10 million, 8 million pounds. So I've gone ahead and signed ourselves a future-proof left midfielder. He does play right midfield as a designated position, but as you can quite clearly see, Andrea Zivkovic can play left mid. So in Season 5, he will be joining us and really putting us into a good state of mind, I guess, a good position to do a good job in the Champions League. So welcome in Season 5, Andrea Zivkovic. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This transfer window was absolutely terrible. Sometimes it can be so frustrating doing these sort of smaller rebuilds where the financial limits maybe aren't the strongest. We've only been able to sign Zivkovic on a pre-contract. I kind of get sick of that at times where I try to bring in players for now in January and ultimately only end up with a pre-contract player, but it should work out well for us this time next year. Our squad's coming along quite nicely. Some of our players are definitely up there in terms of overall. Some of them are catching up. Some of them are hit their potential. They've hit their peak. So we'll have to assess all of that next season. But let's just focus now on winning the league again. Well, it wasn't pretty, but we got it done. Copenhagen top of the league again. Most importantly, I'm sounding like a broken record. You know what I'm about to say. Champions League football, baby. We beat Midtjylland by goal differential. 15 goals more. Clear to see Timo Werner definitely helped us out, and then our defense helped us out as well. Again, we haven't been able to do what we liked in the domestic cup, in the Danish Cup. Didn't even make it to the quarterfinals this year. Chelsea managed to win the Champions League final. Will we see ourselves on this tournament tree next year? I really hope so. And Roma win the Europa League. If you look to the bottom left though, you will see we managed to make it to the round of 16 of the Europa League, where we eventually lost to Liverpool. So quality performance to even make it on there. Slowly but surely getting there, brick by brick, making our way to the Champions League final. Hopefully Season 5 can see us make a breakthrough. This has been one of the most frustrating starts I've had to a season for a long time. I've been trying to upgrade our left back position, trying to put Ruzelin in the deal. So many players I've gone for, but ultimately we have finally had an offer accepted. Antonio Lato. I've signed this guy a few times in career mode, in rebuilds. I've been trying to steer clear of him, but he was one of our final options. But I'm happy to have him. I just don't want to overuse him. But welcome to Copenhagen, Antonio Lato. Well, it's time for our favourite part of the season. Champions League qualification time. Away against Malmo, so not an easy task at all. The Swedish men are looking to take us down. We travel to Sweden for the first leg here. Full strength starting 11 out. Surely we have to be getting the result here. What I'm going to do to save time, I'm going to simulate it. 1-0 loss. If we don't make the Champions League with this squad, I am gonna cry. This rebuild is so frustrating. As you can see, I've got a lot of offers in for free agent players. Need to bolster the depth in the squad and give ourselves some income for future seasons because we really are running out of players to sell. I need to bring in players that can grow and be reserve players. So the first one is a backup left back, William Carlos Francisco de Farias. I'm just going to call him William Carlos. Coming in here, Brazilian left back. And now we're going to sign someone I'm pretty excited about. I wish I found this guy in like season 1 because at 17 years of age and 65 overall, we're going to sign Francisco Caputo on a 5-year contract. Alright, leg number 2. Are we going to get knocked out and have to play Europa League? How embarrassing would it be with the squad the way it is? I mean, we've got 2 87 rated players, an 86 rated, and a bunch of basically 80s. Our whole squad is basically 80 rated players. It would be so embarrassing if we got knocked out in the playoff round. I said going into it that I wanted to win it by around season 5. Well, we're in season 5 and in danger of not even making it. We're going to simulate it right about now. 1-1, we don't go through. Copenhagen, you're doing my head in. Far out, that is annoying. So that will conclude the transfer window. Later, Francisco de Farias, Caputo in, and then Roussillon out. And I know that our backup left midfielder, Falk Jensen, is on the verge of leaving the club. I have accepted an offer for him, but if he does leave, it will be on the 1st of January now. So quite frustrating that we're not in the Champions League. Our squad, I think, is definitely good enough to play Champions League football. I think we need to really hope that our defenders, our centre-backs, right-back and Pereira all start to grow. Otherwise, I might need to look at upgrading them so that we can get a move on with this rebuild because it is proving to be one of the most frustrating ones that I have done so far. But let's go and check ourselves out in January. Scratch what I said about Falk Jensen going away. He was meant to go to Sunderland, but the transfer talks broke down. So we're starting to become really dominant in the Danish league, in the Superliga. As you can see, currently undefeated, and we're not dropping points either. We are 17 wins, 3 draws, 0 losses, 54 points. We're 19 points clear of 2nd and 3rd place, Alberg and Son. Yeah, I got no chance of pronouncing 2nd place's name, but we're killing it. Hopefully that translates into next season's Champions League, but we're killing it at the moment. Alright, here we are on deadline day, and we have sold Rasmus Falk Jensen, our former right midfielder or left midfielder, wherever he was playing. He is off to Deportivo for £5.1 million. Alright, so here we are on deadline day with about 3 hours to go. We're going to make a pre-contract signing here. Gelson Martin's going to bolster our midfield. Going to be our final right midfielder signing that we need to make next season, joining 88 rated from Manchester United, Gelson Martin. Well, that's the end of the January transfer window here for season number 5. I look forward to a time in this rebuild where we have a lot of money because this rebuild has been the definition of a grind. We have grinded our way to having this team. Martin's in next season. I think we need to go ahead and strengthen our back line after that, and then we will be able to have a good crack at the Champions League final, I hope. But this has been probably the toughest or the most mentally draining rebuild I have done in a long time. Let's go and see if we can continue our invincible run though. Alright, so here we are at the end of the season. We didn't go invincible, but we absolutely dominated the Alka Superliga. 2 losses all season. I definitely think we can go invincible by the time this rebuild is out. Again, we can't do much in the domestic cup, in the Danish cup, eliminated by Midtjylland in the quarterfinal. Manchester United do win 3-0 over Bayern Munich in the Champions League, that is. I definitely hope that we can get to the tournament tree next year, but I just want to get to the group stages. We couldn't even get to the group stages with the squad we had this year, so we need to make sure we do that next. Oh, okay. What? I was not expecting that. We have won the Europa League in season number 5. What? That took me off guard. I'm not going to lie. That got me off guard. We defeat Roma 2-1. And then let's look at the rest of the results. So semi-finals, we took down Bilbao. Then quarterfinals, we took down Guadamares. And round of 16, we took down Bordeaux. So, wow, okay, we made the Europa League, won the Europa League. So, I think that automatically qualifies us to the group stages next year of the Champions League, I think. I will definitely claim that. I'm not gonna lie to you, lads. This rebuild is starting to burn me out. I was feeling really burnt out up until I saw us win the Europa League. That's kind of put a bit of an extra pep in my step. Hopefully, we can carry that over to season number 6. And actually give the Champions League a bit of a crack, because our performances up to date currently in the Champions League have been nothing short of an embarrassment. So let's see if we can put some pride into Copenhagen. I am really excited by this transfer. We are going to sign ourselves a new goalkeeper to kick off Season 6. Andre Onana from Ajax, coming to the club here for £29 million. 85 rated goalkeeper. We've blown virtually our entire budget on him, but I am psyched by that. Great signing. Welcome to Copenhagen, Andre Onana. Kind of reminds me of that Rihanna song, like, Onana, what's my name? I'm happy to see that I'm a YouTuber, not a singer. Don't worry, I won't be dropping any diss tracks anytime soon. Okay, I wasn't gonna show this, but I have just been filled with a lot of confidence. We beat Manchester United in the Copa Europe. That genuinely makes me think we can go far in the Champions League this season. I thought we were going to get smashed. So we've brought in Onana, but besides that, it's been a pretty quiet window. Now, I tried to bring in a new centre-back. I think we need to bring in and replace Retsos. I tried to sell both Retsos and Pereira to help finance that deal, but no offers came in for either of them, which sucks, even though I put them on the transfer list. So we're going to have to deal with the squad we have right now. Hope it's enough to help us achieve our objectives this season, and hopefully we can bring in a new centre-back and get that deal done in January. But let's go check out our Champions League group. So we have a pretty interesting group for our Champions League group. Definitely all three of the teams here could give us a good run for our money. Napoli, we know how good they can be from Season 1. Ajax, I'm really happy I signed Onana, because that makes them weaker in between the sticks. And then I'm not sure who Celtic might have. Will they have Dembele? Will they have Tierney? Will they have their young talents? Who knows? But let's see how we go. Let's see if we can get to the knockout rounds for the first time in this rebuild. 6 seasons, we haven't made it to the last 16 yet. I am going insane. Let's go and see now. Well, my mental sanity is fading rapidly. Napoli 16 points, Ajax 11. We get 7 points. Come on then. 7 points and we lose. We can't get through. Season 6, we're not going to be able to do it. Season 7, we need to. This is just, oh God. I am so drained at the moment, lads. At least things are somewhat going to plan in the domestic league. We are top of the table, not undefeated like this time last year. 2 losses, 4 wins, 13 draws. Again, deadline day, come and gone. No offers for Pereira or Retsos. Actually, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm going to be transparent. I literally just got offers now, but I got them with an hour to go. They won't be able to go through. I don't want to lose them now. I may as well sell them on next season and go for it all there, because we're not fighting for Champions League right now. We're just fighting to finish top of the table, and I don't want to be without those 2 for the rest of the season. May as well do it now and get someone next season and go for someone big. So let's go see how we're going at the end of the season. Well, at least we pulled out in the second half of the season and have made a quality season, I guess, out of it. We finished top of the table again. We finished, 12 points clear of Brøndby. And then that team whose name I have no chance of pronouncing finished 14 points behind us. So I think if we can bring in a new centre-back next season, surely we have to make the last 16. We make it back to the final of the Danish Cup, but unfortunately lose to Sonderskei, no clue, in the final. Manchester United, who we beat in the Copa Europe final, went on to win the Champions League final. And we made it all the way to the quarterfinals of the Europa League, but were unable to defend our crown, losing to Everton, who went on to win on penalties against Inter Milan. So a quick look at our squad report at the end of season number 6. Looking at our squad, it's actually a pretty decent squad. If I'm being honest, I am really surprised that we've failed so sensationally in this rebuild. I don't know if you can tell, but I am struggling big time with this one just due to how frustrated I am with the results. I've won the Champions League with teams better than or worse than this, and yet we're still struggling to get out of the group. Maybe all we are missing is that centre back spot. Once we get rid of Retsos or replace Retsos, maybe that's the key we need to go the distance. But the fact that I've won the Champions League in the past with teams that are much worse than this, yet we can't get out of the last 16, is really bothering me. But you know what? We'll grit our teeth, we'll go hard, we'll knuckle down, and we will put in the work to make it happen. I think that's a bit of a metaphor for me and the rebuild series right now, but we'll see you guys in season number 6. Or 7, sorry. It feels like things are finally starting to go our way. It has been a very, very bad period for me in the past few seasons. Both mentally, the rebuild challenge is starting to take its toll, but I don't know, everything just kind of clicked at once. We've had the 2 pieces of business we needed go through. The song that I needed to hear came on when I was simulating, so everything's starting to click into place. We've sold Retsos to AC Milan for £37.6 million, and we've sold Pereira to Nice for £25.7 million. Let's go out and let's sign a new centre-back that can be a world-class centre-back. We've done it, boys. We've got a new centre-back. Lucas Hernandez signs from Liverpool. Originally, I think he's at Real Madrid in career mode, but £57.5 million for the 87 rated 27-year-old centre-back from France. An absolute awesome pickup. Actually, he's from Atletico Madrid, but I am stoked about that. Personally, I think he is the final piece to the puzzle. I definitely think we are Champions League contenders this year. Can we go from not even making the last 16 all the way to the final in our first attempt, basically? I really hope so. Let's see what else we can do on the transfer front though. Alright, we have to go back to qualifications. We didn't win the Europa League, so we have to try fighting our way to the Champions League. We take on Basel, definitely a tough opponent. The only player out is one of our bench players, so don't take too much notice of that, but I'm very hopeful that we get through. If we don't get through this year, honestly, there will be something wrong. I'm going to simulate, we get the lead, I'm going to simulate, Zivkovic injured, 3-0. I will take that. That is a good lead to have heading into the home leg. Unfortunately, Zivkovic is out for the next 2 months, so we'll have to live without him for a little period of time. Fortunately, it's not too long, but can we get ourselves through to the group stages? We're 3-0 up and 1-1 in the second leg. Not the most convincing leg, but we get through to the Champions League group stages. Thank the Lord for that. Okay, so with 46 hours, I wish we had 46 hours. With 4 hours to go on transfer deadline day, we have sold Lewis Baker to West Ham United for £46.1 million. We got a lot of money for him, so I'm very happy with that. But now, we have to go try and finding a quality upgrade for the English midfielder with 4 hours to go. This is going to be a challenge in itself, but if we can pull it off, it'll make me even more confident about our chances this season. So let's get to it. We have done it, fellas. We have made the replacement for Lewis Baker. 4 hours to go on deadline day. Realistically, we haven't spent that much money, to be honest. Lucas Toussaint comes into the club from Monaco. We only spent technically like £2 million, and we got a 3 overall upgrade for 2 more years as well, 2 years younger. So I am really happy with that piece of business. Welcome to FC Copenhagen, Lucas Toussaint. So ignoring Zivkovic's injury, we have a really strong starting 11. This definitely is going to be a Champions League winning side. I can already feel it. If we can get past that first hurdle of actually making the knockout rounds, I think it's just going to flow on from there. The momentum will continue to carry, but stranger things have happened. I did say we'd win the league every season by 50 points, so that hasn't exactly happened, but anyways, I'm happy with that. This window was a downright success. Look at the amount of money we spent and the amount of money we got in. So we made a £4 million profit. I'll take that. Hernandez, Toussaint in, Retzos, Pereira, Baker out. Very happy with that. Anyways, let's go look at our Champions League group. A very interesting group here for the Champions League. Everton, of course, knocked us out in the Europa League last year, so I'm assuming they have a good side. But then Rangers and Shakhtar Donetsk. I don't know what to make of those two teams. I definitely think we can get out of this group. Let's see if we can get out of the group for the first time in this FIFA rebuild, or are we cursed? If we don't get out of the group this time, I will be genuinely convinced that Copenhagen is cursed. Get in there, we qualify, there is no curse, we have finally done it. 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, 13 points, we top the group. Everton extremely close, same goal difference and everything. Let's have a look and see who our opening opponent is going to be in the knockout rounds. Where are we? Oh dear, Manchester City, of course. Pep Guardiola's men, this is going to be a good test. If we can take them down, I'll be very, very confident, but Man City, not a good introduction to knockout football. Here we are halfway through the Alka Superliga Danish league season. Top of the table again, 1 point clear of Midtjylland. Again, need to win the league. I'm not going to talk too much on that. I got to just nail the point home. We're going to win the league. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I just flew through this entire transfer window. I wasn't even entertaining the thought of signing anyone, selling anyone for that matter. I just wanted to give it one solid crack with the squad we have now. I want to see if the squad we have now can deliver us Champions League glory. If it can't, it can't. If it can, I will be stoked. But if it can't, I'll be making changes accordingly. I just want to see it. It's just for my self-interest. I want to see what we can do with this squad. So, that's the end of the window. Let's go and check out Manchester City. They've just bought Eriksen, if I saw in the bottom right-hand corner, which makes me nervous, but let's see what we're made of. Alright, we travel away to the Etihad here for the first leg, away against Man City. Eriksen, I know, is in their team. I'm curious to see who else is. Hopefully, well, I'd say hopefully not many good players, but I know they're going to. They've still got De Bruyne, Silva, players like that. They've got Schul. Sane gets them a goal, which is not the start we were after. Martins equals up with a penalty of our own, an away goal, which is great. That would have been a huge penalty. Martins gets us back, though. They get an injury. Martins could have a hat-trick now. We've got 2 away goals, which I'm very happy to see. Can we get a 3rd goal? No! De Bruyne, go away, mate. 2 away goals, I'll take it, but we could have been 3-2 up. Alright, time for leg 2. The biggest thing is just not conceding. We're 2-all scoreline. 2 away goals, which is a big advantage, though. We just need to make sure we don't lose this. And I mean, not concede 2. If we have a 2-all draw, we go to extra time. 3-all draw, they win, but if we don't let them score, they can't go through. It's easier said than done. I mean, that front line is ridiculous. Jesus would be into the 90s right now in terms of overall. Sterling comes on for them. I've got genuine butterflies. Martinez gets us in the lead. 3-2 up. 15 minutes to go. Even if they score here, we will go through. We're looking like it. A 1-0 win. That is massive. I was not expecting us to do that well. 3-2, we go through to the quarterfinals. It doesn't get any easier, fellas. PSG in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Although looking at all those teams remaining, I don't exactly think any of them are easy. Everton's doing pretty well, but every team in here is quality. Can we take down PSG? Let's find out. I sure do hope so. Alright, the away leg first again, just like against Man City. If we can score goals like we did against Man City, I will be very happy. If we keep a clean sheet, that's even more of a positive. But I'm very nervous. They probably even have it. They have Neymar still. They got Divock Origi, João Mario, Rica, Laporte, Tete Marquinhos, Jan Sommer in between the sticks. They've got a quality side here, PSG do. Let's see who's going to strike first. Lucas on for Neymar. Martins misses another penalty. Ah, Gelson. Timo Werner gets us an away goal, but Verratti equalises. Divock Origi picks up an injury for them. Imagine how good of a position we'd be sitting in if Martins nailed that penalty, but 1-1 headed into the second leg. Not the best, not the worst. Alright, back to Denmark here for the second leg. Can we get ourselves through to the semi-finals at the first time of asking? Such a huge task ahead of us here. An early goal for us. Yes, I was about to say an early goal for us would mean the world. Timo Werner steps up and does just that. It's 2-1 at the moment. Imagine how good of a position we've been in if Martins got that penalty in the first leg. Caligari gets an injury for PSG. Timo Werner, 3-1 up. They get a goal back. If they get another goal, they're going to go through. They're going to go through on away goals if they get another goal. We've got a nervy 5 minutes to go. We're through, baby. Champions League semi-finals at the first time of asking. We've broken a club record for Copenhagen. Never have they made it to the quarters. Never have they made it to the semis. We've done it, baby. One hurdle to go. And that hurdle is Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. We've bought a lot of players off them through the years in this rebuild. We bought Hernandez from them at the start of the season. Can we take them down and get ourselves through to a Champions League final? That would be massive if we could. The other semi-final, Barcelona versus Monaco. Monaco and Barcelona both deserve to be there, but we need to focus on ourselves. Liverpool have taken down 2 German opponents. Let's see if they can take down a Danish opponent. I really hope not. Alright, here we go. The away leg first. Always love having the away leg first. If we can get some away goals on the board, that would be huge. If we get away goals on the board and no goals conceded, that would be even bigger. They have a really good front line. Berardi, Belotti, Lemar. That is probably one of the most deadly front threes in football at the moment. In the world football at the moment in this career mode save. That would be incredible. It's still 0-0. Who's going to be the first to strike for their chosen team? There is 20 minutes to go. Gelson Martins gets us in front. Schick ties it up though. 1-1, but we have an away goal. Werner gets injured. Oh no, that looks serious. Okay. It's only a concussion, 10 days out for Werner. I thought when I saw the ambulance symbol that he's done his ACL or something, but he hasn't. We are definitely up against the odds here for the second leg. Not only is Werner out through injury, but Hernandez is out through suspension. So, yeah, we have the advantage through away goals, but I honestly can't see that lasting too long. Liverpool's offense is surely going to exploit us. If we can get a goal on the board here, that would ease my mind a little bit, but not entirely. We're into the second half. We get a goal through Leto. Yes, we're 2-1 up here. Hold on. Please, hold on. Please, please, please. My hands are sweating so hard. We get an injury to Leto, but we're through, baby. Champions League final. FC Copenhagen. What a massive performance. Get in there. Oh no, we're gonna be out. We're gonna be without Leto. Broken metatarsal. 5 weeks on the sideline. I mean, what did I say when we made it like at the end? When a couple of minutes ago, I said once we finally get past the group stages, I reckon we'll just roll on and go straight to the final. We've done that. I've called it, boys. I've called it. I'm a bloody prophet. I don't know if you can tell, but I am so tired. I started recording literally at 7:22 at night right now. I started recording at 7 o'clock this morning, so I'm very excited to hopefully have an opportunity to end this thing. Just like the Sheffield rebuild a few days ago, this game means a lot to me because it means I can finally relax. So we're taking on Monaco in the final. Hopefully we can get the result against them. We know how good they can be. They took down Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Arsenal, so they definitely deserve to be there. We have taken down Liverpool, PSG, and City, so I would say just as much we deserve to be here. So, really going to make for a good Champions League final. Looking around at the other competitions, Chelsea won the Europa League. The Super League season is still going. It's weird, like it goes through the end of, to the end of June, so We've got 4 games left. Hopefully we won't have to worry about the table, but otherwise, if we lose tonight, the last 4 games are going to be proven really important for us. But hopefully we win tonight and don't have to worry about it. And we lost the final of the Danish Cup on penalties to Brøndby, so I think we only won the Danish Cup once in the entire rebuild so far. Alright fellas, here we go. Here's a look at our squad report. Hopefully for the final time, this team is really impressive. One massive boost. Although Leto has the ambulance symbol there, in the squad hub or in the actual squad sheets, he has the band-aid symbol. So he will be playing in the Champions League final, which means we will be fielding our strongest possible starting 11, which fills me with confidence. Very excited to see how some of these players go in game, and I really hope we don't have to look at the menus again. Let's get into the Champions League final. Monaco versus FC Copenhagen.
Like a gamble, I pay the price. Thought I could handle something undefined. Give me a reason to raise the stakes, cause I can't walk away. You keep taking the upper hand and you're leaving me exposed. I don't think I stand a chance when your feelings never show. Your love is a wild card.
Our most challenging rebuild to date. It has been so halted, so stop-start, but now we finally have the opportunity to wrap it all up here. Copenhagen versus a star-studded Monaco. Who is going to lift the title? Let's find out. Good stuff, Gomez. It was a little bit risky pushing in there, but he does. Now we might be able to hit them on the counter-attack. Beautiful ball there from Martinez down to Gelson Martins. Early goal would set the tone perfectly. I see you making that run. Martinez gives us the lead. 10 minutes into it. He's been here since day one. He is going to give us the lead with our first real opportunity of the game. What a bolstering run. I want to watch him. Look how far he ran. The AS Monaco defense did not track him at all. And the Argentine striker nails it home to give us the lead here. What a perfect finish. Perfect run. Get in there. They're passing it around here. Mbappe up against Toussaint. Oh, play on. They're going to play the advantage. It's going to be Mbappe running straight through our defense. He shoots. And I thought for sure we were in big trouble for a second. Karsdorp running here. Beautiful tackle from Rodrigo, but it's still going to be Monaco's ball. They're going through here to Mbappe. That's a beautiful ball. Oh, they're going to equalise. That is a beautiful ball from Mbappe and a lovely finish from Kaitabalda. Realistically, they didn't deserve to get that opportunity off because I thought Rodrigo made a perfect tackle. But Monaco are going to tie things up here 27 minutes into it. That is a beautiful finish there. We're a bit out of position. I tried to go. I was in half a mind. I was like, do I go to him with Gomez or do I hold back and mark? Should have held back and marked. 1-0. Karsdorp running down the line. We're trying to chase with Zivkovic. Goes to Inaki Williams on the stroke of half-time. We've left them open. Oh, Kaitabalda could have gotten a brace and got Monaco in front on the stroke of half-time. They have been really impressive on the counter-attack. Look at that. That's a matter of inches. Thank God. They're on the attack here. Mbappe's been causing us a lot of problems. He's got a lot of space here, but Rodrigo's going to put pressure on him. Rodrigo continues to put pressure. Now we're on the counter. We need a good ball. It's a decent ball through to Martinez, but Upamecano's a good player. Good ball there. Zivkovic. Oh, why wouldn't you play that one through? And it's a weak-ass shot. I should have played it out left. To right, out to Martins. That could have been perfect. Mbappe. Heavy touch. Brilliant tackle there from Leto in a difficult position. Now can we get him on the counter? Here we go. I see you. Timo Werner had a terrific final. He turns the defender. Timo Werner in on goals. Shoots off the weak left foot. I tried to go across the body. Realistically, I should have taken it more to the right and then gone across the body off the right foot. Oh, that was a terrific position. I see you out wide. Oh, it works out though. We're going to play this one through still. Good stuff. Zivkovic and Leto. We're going back here. Leto Going. We're just passing it around. We're going to play it through beautifully. This is beautiful stuff. Martinez on the angle. Forces a save. Oh, the follow-up. Thought we might have squeezed it in there, but we get the corner at least. Oh, good stuff from Martinez. Winning it back in a tough position. Timo Werner. What's the defender just done? Werner gives us the lead. The glitch has happened again. I don't even know if it's a glitch. You guys have seen that animation happen so many times where the defender just stops and runs the complete opposite direction. Look at this. He just stopped. What is he doing? Who is number 4? Who is that? Number 4 for Monaco has just stopped in his tracks. He's going to get killed. Number 4 from Monaco is going to get killed on the flight home. What has just happened? Who is number 4? That is incredible. Number 4 for Monaco. Who are you? Monaco. We're scrolling through. That is incredible. Keane from... you couldn't. Keane has been compared to a traffic cone playing for Everton at some stages this season. My God, he has just proved that theory. That is terrible defending. I'm more surprised by that defending than I am the goal, but we're up here. Beautiful tackle there from Tussart. Now we're in an awesome position where we can hit them on the counter-attack and maybe just secure this final. Martinez out-muscling Rocker, but it's still on here. I'm going to hold it up. Beautiful stuff. We're going to finesse it. Right foot hits the post. Martinez, that would have been it. We win it back though. Rodrigo, we're going to play it out here. Zivkovic, left foot. Bloody hell. Going to play this one down the line to Martins. He's going to turn. Passing this one. We just need to retain possession. Here we go. We might even be able to get a third goal. We're going to put that one in there. Martinez, it's going to be a corner. I'm just going to call it short and hope that we can just run down the clock here. Here we go. Martins goes to Zivkovic. Zivkovic back to Martins. He's offside, isn't he? Goddamn, Jared. That is very counterintuitive. They're going to have one last opportunity here, Monaco, to win the or equalise the final, I should say. We're going to win that one in the midfield. Good stuff there. Martinez. We're going to win the Champions League final here with Copenhagen. Might even be able to get a third goal. Gelson Martin shoots. Hits the bloody crossbar. Blow the full-time whistle. There it is. Copenhagen Champions League winners. What an incredible final that was. What an incredible rebuild this has been. I am ready to go to sleep and not move for the next 25 billion years. But fellas, if you enjoyed today's rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video. Make sure you play Scorpion Kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. Check out my social media links and all that good stuff. But most importantly, enjoy the title celebrations and I hope you have a fantastic day. It has been JarradHD here. I am out. I am glad to be out. Peace.
I will make my own way. I will not surrender. I will do my best until I get put under. If I go strong.